Oh, right, we are loading back into this mess. Okay, so last episode we learned that respecking is stupid and trash and bad. Unless you made a glaring mistake. It's just kind of not worth it, which is unfortunate. It's useful.
Our soldiers are doing their best out there, but it's still a nightmare.
Yeah, okay.
Watch out for those red-eyed
I didn't
bastards.
ask you. That was weird. Why isn't that part of the previous conversation? Why does he randomly walk up to you and be like, "Sup, more conversation." Ha. Weird. I'm disappointed in the respecking. It obviously has a use if you want to completely change your character and be like, "I'm an archer now," or "I'm a warrior hack and slash boy." But beyond that, it has very limited use because, unfortunately, this tree is incredibly restrictive in what it allows you to do. It's just not a great skill tree, to be honest. It requires so many points to be invested in each tier in order to get to the next tier. It's also, this is just the world, it's just the World of Warcraft system. Every single element of how this tree works is exactly how talents worked in World of Warcraft up until they removed them. Well, there still are talents there's still something called talents, but they're not the same thing. Now it's just nowadays World of Warcraft has the StarCraft 2 system, where you have a list of skills, and it's like, pick one. Each one has like, it is a kind of interesting like trade-off system where it's like, oh, you have 2 or 3 options, you can only pick one on each row, but it's very different. But back in the day, World of Warcraft was very much a tree where you had to put X number of points into each tier in order to unlock the next tier, but also certain skills were connected to each other, and also certain ones were free floating at various parts of the tree. Like, this is the exact system from the World of Warcraft MMO, and probably other games too. But it's famously wasn't a great system. People liked planning out their builds in World of Warcraft, even if they were just using ones that everyone used. That was the problem with it, and why it was kind of gotten rid of, although the new system isn't necessarily fixing that either. But it was just a really big, complicated tree that ultimately resulted in people pretty much clicking the same things as each other anyway, because there was like a right answer. And this one doesn't have an obvious theory-crafted right answer in exactly the same way, because I'm not playing an online game where there's an extensive theory crafting network that has simulated everything and so on. It's a single-player game that has largely fallen out of popularity and all that, and probably never had that big of a spike to begin with. But they're still using the same system, and this kind of reveals why it's bad. I remember hearing the talk about how flexible this game was from some people, like on podcasts and shit, back when it came out, because of how easily you can respec. But that respec is not very compelling if you essentially, all you can really do is play 3 different, pretty rigid characters, or you can mix and match them a bit, but like, you can't like mix and match very freely and be like, oh shit, I'm gonna be like a summoner combat boy. Like, I'm gonna be an archer, and I'm gonna have a tank summon that aggroes people, and I'm going to attack from the back lines, or I'm going to be a cool fighty boy that has a summon or something. It's like, no, if you want to summon, you have to be like, well, I'm going to have to put points into like conservative casting and like ice barrage or something. Like, you're gonna have to invest in several other skills just to get to the summoning tree at all, let alone all the way up it, to make a good summon. Like one with, like, you want a life leech summon probably to fight alongside you if you're a warrior. But like, it's not good. This is not a good system. This is like, it's like when a shooter brags about how the cool, interesting ways you can kill people, but then it's really like, there's like a wall spike, there's like a wall of spikes every now and then that you can kick them into, and you have to like use that exact spot over and over again in a very repetitive way. It's like, the tree is so restrictive in what it lets you do that you don't get to actually, as far as I can tell, make interesting and diverse characters that are all different from each other and from other people's characters. All you really get is the ability to, you pretty much just have to be one of these things, or just be incredibly high level, which means that you've played so much of the game at that point as a boring character that by the time you're finally mixing and matching weird skills, like high level summoning with being a melee character being the example I've been going with, the game's over. Like, Not only is the game practically over, but you don't have anywhere to spend those abilities. And with how repetitive and over padded the combat is, diverse specs would be pretty welcome. There have been games that did this interestingly before. Like, I don't remember exactly what the ins and outs were these days, but I know that I used to specifically make new characters in Diablo 2 over and over and over again and level them to like level 70 or something, just to see the weird builds I could do. Like, I want, like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you want to be a charging Zealadin? Oh, you want to use Hammer of Justice? No, fuck that. I'm gonna be a Vengeance Paladin, where I just grab all the skills that passively increase all of the elemental bonuses to Vengeance, which is a melee attack that's pretty boring on the surface because it's just a swing, but when it happens, it does like 200% bonus damage per element in every element. And then if you invest in all the different skills for all those other different elements, you suddenly are like have a super nightmare swing that always hurts people because they can't be immune to everything and so on. And it's like, I don't see flexibility here. And I think part of the problem might simply be a relatively easy change that even mods could change. Just reduce the number of points you need to get through each tier to like, I don't know, like 2. Like, seriously. But that's a mix. It has its own balancing problems, obviously, which is that once you get towards the end of this tree, some of these skills are probably massively overpowered, so getting to them too quickly can be brutal for the balance. But the game is already balancing itself, scaling automatically anyway. But, like, look at 70 points is a lot of points to finish this tree in a game that's supposed to be about flexibly mixing and matching skills and making these, like, these weird characters, and then having a respec feature that people touted as being worth using. Like, I tried to change my character even within just sorcery. I just wanted to prioritize different buttons than the ones that I had already prioritized, and I couldn't really do that because the progress down is so demanding to get up this tree that I just had to find things to spend points on that I didn't want to. And like, that's not a great system. I want to say it hasn't aged well, but I'm not sure if it was good back when it was new. I think people just kind of were buying the essentially like the PR speak, like they sold it as being flexible and interesting, so we believed them because people regurgitate press messages fairly often, and I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I should see if I can find more factions, actually.
There I go criticizing games again. I always get in trouble for that. I'm gonna get all these arguments in my comments 3 weeks from now when I've already forgotten what I was even talking about.
There was a recent episode of Inscription where everyone just started yelling about JRPGs all of a sudden and arguing with me about stuff, and I was like, what did I say? This is an Inscription video. I don't even remember talking about JRPGs. And I had to like figure out what was even happening. So we're looking for the House of Valor. Here we go. It's even labeled on the map already, just not with the spot yet, but the text is there. That's definitely a faction. It's got the name and everything. Gotta find more houses, apparently. Wow, I feel like I'm making more progress but then I look at the map and it looks like I haven't even moved yet. Hello, banners. You guys really are just in the middle of the desert, huh? I'm coming. I keep reflexively wanting to press my speed boost cooldowns because that's what I do in MMOs, and this game feels like one. I'm even using it with the same controller that I play Final Fantasy XIV with often, and I often have like done some Final Fantasy XIV stuff right before I do this. So I'm like, oh yeah, press this button and that button, and I'll sprint faster for a bit and stuff. You seem like the dude. Jack and Madsen.
You there! The arena needs another competitor to round out the next match. The tournament can't go on until we have a leader for the Crows. If you trust in your fighting skills, there are vast riches to be won here at Valor Arena.
The arena storyline. You guys really do just have every faction from Oblivion, like 1-to-1. Alright? So what makes you different as a game then? Because you're doing a lot of things that make you similar, but like, you know, you were coming out after Skyrim, only a few months later. It's good to separate yourself from Elder Scrolls if you can. You know, like Dark Souls. Dark Souls came out the same month as Skyrim and wasn't forgotten by time like you were. Oops. So what do I have to do?
Well, as I said, the arena needs another fighter to start the next match. What do you say? You look like you could hold your own in a fight.
That certainly sounds enticing.
That's the spirit. I hereby induct you into Valor Arena as the leader of the Crows. Your first opponents will be Remus Bloodhawk and his Marauders. Your team's already waiting for you in the Gladiator Pit. Head down the walkway when you're ready.
I'm ready for my match.
Head down into the pit when you're ready to begin.
No, just start it now.
You'll pick a partner to enter.
We'll see if they do something with this. Okay. The because I've played some tournament arcs in video games, and they're like incredibly like padded. It's just like a bunch of pointless fights that just eat up some time, and there's not that much of a narrative to it. But I have like I've come around on it with anime, where I kind of reflexively was like, ugh, tournaments, because one, they're overused in Dragon Ball Z in the later seasons, but also video games have like kind of ruined the idea of tournament storylines for me, because they're usually just like an excuse to have a kind of padded storyline that doesn't really have much effort put into it, but is a series of fights and a lot of like logistical conversations between the fights that really are basically skippable, because they mostly just amount to, and then who's this? Here's the guy you'll fight next. He's a super legendary bad boy that did all of these things, and people rule the name and blah blah blah. And then you defeat him, and then he's never mentioned again. And they just do that over and over again every time. And it's like there's no like through line. But anime is really interesting because it'll take a cast of existing characters and have them face off with those things. And so you'll have a moment where each individual character can be pushed to their limit and tested in different ways, and you have like character development between the characters, and then also like they might face against each other, or various rivals and antagonists that already existed might be incorporated into the tournament, and then there's a way of like sort of setting up power levels for people, which in it on itself isn't the most interesting thing, but if you're very careful, it can be like a well-handled raising of stakes and pacing and so on. And sometimes the tournament arcs are like the best storytelling that some of these shows even have, like to the point where it's actually a little hard to even remember storylines of Yu Yu Hakusho that exist that aren't in the tournament. It's even when Ruby was briefly good. Like Ruby had some like weirdly good episodes where I kind of like was like, maybe this show is, yeah, no, I haven't been wasting my time. This is actually cool stuff happening right now. And then it kind of proved me wrong eventually. Whoops. So video games should have there's no reason video games shouldn't be able to be just as good with their tournaments, but I've yet to see one.
So you're the new leader. You should brace yourself if you haven't already. Fights in Valor Arena are to the death. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Let us know when you're ready. You'll have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match.
That is very funny. You're like, oh, we better watch out. People die here. Woo! What a new threat. How do we begin?
Let one of us know when you're ready. You will have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match.
Let's see. I'm not ready.
I'll be here if you need me.
Asa Alfarin.
He's green as the grass in Dalintarth, but a good lad. I don't know if he's foolhardy or brave to think he'll make it far in this tournament.
Helga Swanwhite.
She's an alcoholic and a fiend, but she'll match any fighter. And few mages keep as cool a head as she does in a fight. Few mages stay as drunk as she does during a fight, too. She says she requires alcohol to use her abilities. But I've never met a mage like that. I'd tell her she's a liar to her face, but I don't relish the idea of getting set on fire.
Maybe she's a monk. Broth Magnus.
He was a gruff man, powerful, and an absolute beast in the arena. I've seen him pound a Lianshi into pulp with his bare hands. Outside of battle, however, he fancied himself a man of principle. Charged spectators just enough to keep this place running. It was the fight he wanted, not coin.
Bigger Broadshield, that's a name.
Nice of you to ask. The younger fighters don't care about us weathered guys. I've been participating in arena matches for years. Got my start when Magnus put out a call for fresh gladiators, and the old man trained me himself. He'd have hated to see this. The spectacle of it all, I mean. In his day, the only thing that mattered was the fight. The rush of delivering the death blow.
Okay. Might as well bring you in.
I'll leave it to you.
You're the
You'll
warrior.
need someone with a strong sword arm out there. Very well.
Fight with
Lead the
me.
way. There will be no mercy out there. Give no quarter.
Greetings.
2 mages is probably pretty powerful.
Pleasure to meet you. Name's Helga Swanwhite. I'm your girl if you want sorcery in the next match. Just let me finish this drink and I'll be right behind you. The arena's through that gate to the east. I'd share some of this, but I've only got the one drink. Oh, sorry.
She's supposed to be like, I'm drunk and I'm voicing a drunk person. I'm so drunk. Ace Alfrin.
He's your typical beginner as far as I can tell. Good with the dagger and not much else.
Helga Swanwhite.
Before I got my start here, I'd been studying at the Scholia Arcana. I was quite good at effecting arcane explosions, but I found myself uniquely blocked. I realized I had to be less than sober to effectively cast spells, so I drank. They kicked me out for excessive abuse of drink, called me dangerous and a degenerate.
Excessive drinking.
I couldn't help it if alcohol gave me a certain clarity. No one in the arena gives me guff about it, and if they do, they stop as soon as I set them on fire.
I feel like part of that answers the other part. Bigger Broadshield.
He's the team veteran, been around longer than both Asa and me. We don't see eye to eye on everything, but he's a reliable choice in the arena. Don't take time to think out there, just fight!
Yeah, no, I figure. Where is Rogue guy? Remus Bloodhawk? Wait, there's more of you? That guy's a rogue. That guy's a fighter. There's some random dudes. Oh, there's the rogue that you can recruit. Okay, I'm like, where the hell is he? Oh, you're so stealthy. By the fire.
I guess you're the latest addition to the team. They made me fight a boar last time. It was downright embarrassing. I hope today's gonna be more interesting.
You seem like you're wearing heavy armor, which is a weird choice for a rogue. But I guess that's true to the World of Warcraft, like, aesthetic, basically. Like, that kind of setup. I'm sure it's like the, I'm probably like rubbing people the wrong way with some of that, because it might be the art style of the guy that they hired that I can't remember the name of right now. Didn't he make Spawn or something? I can't remember I think it's a prolific like comic character designer or something like that. I'm forgetting his name right now. But like he might already have a tendency to make characters that way. Already, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, dude, why am I yawning? Stop it. I'm like, there's zero reason for that. But I know that World of Warcraft is, and like everything Blizzard makes is heavily derivative of like Warhammer, for example. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were even inspired by the exact artist working on this game for all I know. But I'm just referencing the aesthetic specifically, regardless of its source. But there's a tendency to over armor everyone, and there's lots of big shoulder pads and giant weapons and whatnot, and it's a particular like color balance and so on that's like really familiar here. But in particular, whenever I wanted my rogue to look like a rogue, I had to try really, really hard to strip down all of his gear via transmogs and like try to replace it with like really simple, small stuff and remove entire slots and so on and make them invisible, because like the default aesthetic for what like cool gear looks like for cool boys is always like, it's always too much. Not only is it too busy and chaotic looking, like how Final Fantasy XIV often is too, and it's just like not a good, clean look for a character design, but also like all of the characters that are supposed to be less armored inevitably have like the equivalent of power creep happen to the aesthetics, where they get more and more armored and more ridiculous looking to the point where they all look like they're wearing plate, and it's like, it's not what you're supposed to be. I sell for him.
I haven't been here long myself. I've always wanted to rough it as a warsworn. Joined up here to develop a bit of a spine.
Well, I've already finished that whole storyline, so you've got catching up to do. Helga Swanwhite.
She's a terrifying woman, but a good ally to have on your side.
Vigor Broadshield.
He's ancient. I'm surprised he can walk around in that armor, let alone fight in it. But he's reliable.
Well, you have less to say about people than anybody else did.
Think quick out there, and keep moving!
Alright, there's not a ton to these people.
Greeting! I'm your girl if you want some sort. As our new fearless leader, you're in charge of picking one of us, and the team leader always fights. I hope you're ready to see a lot of action out there.
How do I pick you?
Don't hesitate out there, it'll get you killed. I'm your girl if you want some sorcery in the next match. Just let me be careful out there.
Oh, am I only pick? I thought it. Oh.
Well met.
I think I misheard. I thought I was picking 2 people, not 1 person.
Welcome
Whoops.
one, welcome all to Valor Arena.
Why is it 2 on 4?
Crows testing their worth against Remus Bloodhook and his marauders. Victory here means the entire team moves up in the championship. They'll be on a path to face the Lords of Valor. Have at it, warriors.
Yeah, that last guy was the villain. Oh, shit. Ah! Jeez, that was a new one. And that didn't hit very many people, but whatever. Yeah, honestly, all I need is this guy to block for me while I just destroy these people.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there you go.
made it out alive against superior numbers.
They're all dead.
Crows like these, there's no doubt it's going to be an interesting tournament.
I guess I forgot to talk to that guy beforehand, and now he's a dead person, so there's an element of like whatever backstory he was gonna throw my way is already irrelevant because he's dead forever. But I meant to talk to him. My bad. Yeah, I guess I want him most of the time, because if he can just hold attention, then I can just destroy people. I don't see how a rogue would be helpful. Unless you're a warrior, I guess. Pretty sure people's like armor like slides around on them. I think they want me to leave and come back so they can reset the room to have new people in it. So I guess everybody, those nameless rogues and whatnot weren't recruits and stuff, those were that guy's team. So you can actually see that guy's team there. So it's just accepted that it's going to be a 2-on-4 match. They're like, yeah, go for it. You're just the new guy, but fuck it.
I'll admit I didn't expect you to come back. There's a reason no one was signing up.
Yeah, fuck you.
Remus is as experienced as they come. Here's your money for the match. Oh, and one more thing, Gladiator. Jokul Fangard mentioned he would like to speak to you in the gambling den. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Fuck you guys, what the fuck kind of match is that 2-on-4? I even had a team of 4 people and I could only bring 1. That doesn't even make sense. What kind of gladiator match is that? That's not even an equal number of people. No wonder nobody's signing up. It's like, you want them to fight alone against a mob. I'm the protagonist, so I'm broken bullshit, but yeah, that's a lot of gold just in the open. Lying there. What the hell's happening there? Is that gold? It looks like gold. It's like a weird bottle sticking out of it, but it looks like gold. Yeah. Whose gold is it even? It's not even in front of anybody. Seems risky just to have so much like that in the pile.
Don't worry. I don't plan to take too much of your time. Just want you to know that I hope you'll keep fighting. The way you dealt with those fools in there, I think you could truly make an impact here at the arena, should you choose to continue. At any rate, take these. They'll serve you well. Think of them as a donation from a concerned fan, in hopes that you'll remain in the arena's employ a little longer.
I'm heading to the stand.
At some point, I'm totally gonna be told, no. That'd be hard to do. I was gonna say that I'm gonna be told to throw, but they're matches to the death. That doesn't seem like it's on the table.
All right, so you did pretty well last time. Don't get cocky. It's all uphill from here. Are you ready for another match? You're up against Bodine Borg and his team of magic users.
I'm ready for the next fight.
Good. Join your team downstairs and choose a partner when you're ready. By the way, the Champions made an agreement with the other team's leader. In return for fighting, the mages will get your bodies if they can kill you. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
Admittedly, I'll be dead, but, You guys have some fucked up shit going on, don't you?
Yes, yes. What do you want? I'm readying my team for our next match.
Corpses of the defeated?
Ah, Jakin told you about my little arrangement with the champion? I'm always looking for fresh cadavers for my research. They can be notoriously difficult to come by. And since the defeated won't be using their bodies anyway, well, I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah, because there's no harm to you. What the fuck? Also, there's some real fucked up consent things going on here, where you can just make this agreement, and you're surprised I'm even told that it was made when it's about my body. Bodine Borg, you.
My associates and I aim to win this tournament, so we can survey the arena at our leisure. See you
You're going
there,
to make
gladiator.
an interesting specimen.
You're going to make you're gonna be an interesting
It
corpse.
will be interesting to
And your
examine.
corpse will be wasted. Goodbye.
I have to prepare for those mages. Ale to drink. Let me know if you need me in the next fight. Don't take time to think out there.
We can
Just
do this.
fight.
Did you hear? The other team's bringing mages into the arena. Mages like Helga. We're doomed. Think quick out there. And
We're
keep moving.
doomed.
You ready for this? We have mages up next. If they're anything like Helga, we're in trouble. If you see them waving their arms around, you kill them. You kill them as soon as you can. Very well. Lead the way.
Figure I basically just want a distraction.
There will be no mercy out there. Give no quarter.
Nope.
You ready for this? We have if you see them waving their arms around, you kill them.
Crow's handicap.
Only 2 crows are allowed to fight at a time against the entirety of the enemy team. It's doubly tough for you. Arena leaders participate in every match their team enters.
Why? This seems stupid.
There will be no mercy out there. Give no quarter.
The fuck? Whatever. Let's go destroy them. I should probably save before every match in case it's not saving. Any fight can end badly very quickly.
Folks. Today's match pits the crows against the renowned Bodine Borg and his research team. Let's see if arcane theory can best cunning and experience.
Ruh-roh. Alright. Let's just kill all of your dudes real quick. Ow. 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 Okay, get rid of the summon. There we go. Ow. Rude. Tapped it a little bit. Alright, punk. Bad news for you. These fights aren't feeling very fair right about now, are they?
And so Borg and his band are defeated. Perhaps there's more to the Crow's new leader than meets the eye. Speak to Jakin to receive your rewards, Gladiator.
Am I the baddie?
I'll have your back out there.
That's your one job. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna use him every fight because he's the hardest to kill most likely. And I just want somebody to tank hits for me while I obliterate things. I don't really need help with anything else.
So you're good at manhandling magicians as well. Good. Let's see how long you can keep this up. Here's your money. You deserve every coin. And Jokel asked me to pass these along. Let me know when you're ready for the next match. You're up against Brogan Adair and the Wolf Pack.
I'm ready.
And so is Brogan Adair and his team of rogues. Head down to the pit and we'll get this started.
I was gonna say, you're not allowed to bring wolves in here, are you?
Well, in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
In and out of the arena, Gladiator. Well, I mean, hopefully I'm coming out on my own. Otherwise, bad news. Are you the Mr. Wolfpack? That's a fighter. Everyone's just doing push-ups. That seems like a bad idea. That seems like a thing you do between matches on the days you're not fighting on or something. I feel like this is just wearing yourself out. This seems like some of this seems like a mistake.
So, you're the upstart who's been doing so well lately. I hear you appeared out of the blue.
What does that even mean? Brogan. What does that even mean? What the fuck are you we all have a 100% win rate, Brogan. All of us are doing well. We literally all win every match because otherwise we're dead. Everyone you ever talk to is winning, Brogan.
You look upon the visage of your killer.
That's the point, Brogan.
You're lucky we meet in the arena instead of a battlefield.
It's the same thing. That's what an arena is.
In the time it took you to walk this way, I'd have made you into a pincushion.
You're lucky you're meeting me in the place where we murder each other. Otherwise, you might have met me in the place where we murder each other. It's like, what the fuck? That's dialogue you write for a character that's being forced to fight in a non-lethal contest, not the fucking... This is a death arena. Brogan. Oh,
I hate archers. It's a good thing they burn like everyone else. You set their quivers on fire and they become hysterical. Right behind you, lead the way.
Let's see if you're half as effective as you say you are.
Let's go show them who the best.
We can do this. Now, archers, I can fight. This'll be fun.
Nah.
Be careful out there.
I'm exactly as old. Our next opponents are highly trained. You take this lightly, and you might not make it back. I'll leave it to you, Dad.
That's every match, sir. I can't get over Brogan's dialogue. It was so like, what the fuck are you saying to me? Wait, so you're the guy on this winning streak or whatever that everyone's on because we're alive.
You've seen the Crows handle magicians and their parlor tricks, but there's no trick error in Team Brogan's quiver. Let the battle begin.
Why does every mage except for me float? I don't get to float, and I'm a mage all the time. Alright. Get off of her. Get off of her. There you go. Now you're fucked.
And the Crow's streak continues, ladies and gentlemen. This is turning out to be a very exciting tournament indeed. Gladiators, speak to Jakin to collect your rewards.
Him talking about winning streaks after matches end is just really funny because of what I've said. Oop, tried to loot him, but he's by the door, so I couldn't.
I'm exactly as old as I need to be for this.
You always will be, because you'll be dead instantly the moment you're not. You're just gonna end every match talking about how someone's streak is continuing, a thing that happens literally every match because everyone's on a winning streak?
Looks like you're starting to make an impression. The fans have been asking me about you. Heard a rumor your fights are moving a lot of money in the betting scene. None of the gamblers expected you'd last. Except Jokel, perhaps. He left me these to give you. Oh, and this is exciting. The champ mentioned he wanted to see you. I hope you remain well, Gladiator. The champion wants to see you at the manor. If I had to guess, I'd say he's going to try to steal you from Vigor. His team hasn't had a new member since he became champion, so you'd be the first. Look at you, really climbing the ladder. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
Steal me from Vigor. I'm the team leader. I lead the team. Vigor's not above me.
Don't touch anything in here. All of it is priceless.
With how I'm trending through this place, it seems like a death arena is kind of a bad idea with how fast you're going to run out of contestants and then you don't have a show anymore. This seems like a special round you build up to as a special event to increase audiences every now and then. Not a thing you would do every round because then you don't have contestants. In fact, there'd be so little... People would have so little reputation. I'm not even sure how there are so many groups here that apparently have some kind of reputation and it matters. Like, oh, it's the wolf pack. You know, the wolf pack. It's like, what? So many people would be dying all the time. You'd probably only have like one recognizable team because everyone else died when they faced them.
Good. You're here. Welcome. I'm your grand champion. You're doing well. The fans love you. I love you. You're making this arena a lot of money. But you put me in a bit of a fix. There have been some fairly well-to-do people betting against your success in the gambling den. Now, some very important clients of mine are staring down a mountain of debt, and I want you to help us fix this.
They should just fucking bet on me, apparently, because I keep winning. What do you want me to do? I'm obviously going to try to win the matches because I die if I don't. I can't believe it. I correctly predicted that there will be a match-fixing storyline, even though, as I said, that doesn't work in a storyline where you die every match.
I want you to fight a match alone. Advertising that handicap will generate bets against your success. You'll win, of course, and I'll win my money back. Make no mistake, it'll be an easy match. I'll make sure of that. I just need you to tell Chaikin you'll agree to the match. You do this for me, and I'll pay you double for the fight, and bring you onto my team. No more scrapping with Vigor and his goons.
More money is always good.
Good. Then we have a deal. I've arranged a special match for you against Mad Dog and his mad men. Head down to the pit now. I'll send word for the match to be made. You won't regret this.
It's a really funny name.
Close the door behind you on your way out, Gladiator.
That's a really Mad Dog and his mad men. Yeah, I don't have any particular loyalty to my dudes. I've known them for 5 minutes. Oop, someone wants to talk to me.
Warrior. He says he wants you to fight alone in the next match, right? Ha! Magnus wants you dead.
Oh, I know.
What did he offer you? Money? A spot on the Lords of Valor? Both? Ha! There hasn't been a change to the Lords of Valor lineup since he brought them in.
No, I literally know what's going to happen. In fact, I figured the most likely thing is that the grand betrayal of the quote-unquote easy match would be that I would be slaughtering my own team because he'd face me off against the same people that I didn't bring with me into the match, and then I'd kill them all because it's a death match. Alternatively, he wants me to fight alone and then make me fight a really tough team because he wants me to be the one that takes the fall, and everyone will be betting against me. This is all silly machinations because if I'm such an obvious winning streak, you might as well just bet in my favor because I'm ridiculous, evidently.
It's just a ruse. He wants you dead. With the way you fight, he figures he needs every advantage he can get. I'd wager he's going to bet against you. Again.
Let's do it. I want to see his face when his whole plan fails and when he's trying to come after me.
Are you ready
This will
for
be funny.
another match, Gladiator? Gladiator, you're just in time. Your next match just came in and you're fighting alone.
I'm ready for my match.
Head down to the pit when you're ready. Good luck again, warrior. I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
We'll see which thing happens if they make me fight my own team, or if it's just oh, they're all gone. Or if it's just a team I'm supposed to lose against.
Today, Gladiator. You're dead. You understand? Dead.
I'm going to gut you and choke you to death with your own giblets.
I don't recommend, I don't particularly recommend, doing push-ups in plate. I don't think that kind of flexibility is even a part of the whole thing. And you see what I'm talking about. Those are the most fucking Warcrafty shoulders I have seen in my goddamn life. I don't care whose fault it is that they exist. McFarlane, that's his name, isn't it? Maybe it's his fault. I mean, it is his fault because he did this. I just don't know if he normally drew them that way.
We have a special treat for you in this next match of the tournament. At the champion's request, the leader of the Crows has agreed to fight the madmen alone. Let's see if the most promising gladiator to date can defeat one of the arena's veteran teams.
They're literally all veteran teams. You can't impress me. They're all the same level of, like, guy who keeps not dying in the arena. Oh, shit. You keep summoning more dudes? What's going on here? How many more rogues you got? Okay, there's some bullshit going on here. He's got too many dudes. They're either respawning infinitely or faking their deaths with replacement jutsu or something. Granted, if I defeat enough of them, I'll fill up my destiny fate meter thing. And then they're really in trouble. Ow. No! God damn it, controls. Not what I wanted. Haha, I can heal too much.
And there you have it, folks. It would appear the Crows have a formidable leader. Speak to Jaken for your reward, gladiator.
Time for you to stop jaking me around. They're gonna kill me.
Are you ready for it? I'd be surprised if anyone was betting against you at this point. You just chewed up 3 veterans like so much cud. Here's your share of the fight money. The champ sends his regards along with the coin. He says he wants to see you again. I think he likes you. Also, Jokul sent these greaves your way. I guess he's been right with you since the beginning. Good luck out there, gladiator.
I'm sure this will end in me fighting this champion at the end, the leader. And then I'm like, then it's like, wow, you're the leader and the champion of this now empty arena with no contestants because you killed literally everybody.
That match certainly did not end like I had intended it to. I'll admit that I underestimated your abilities. I had intended for you to die in there.
Why would you admit that? Why would you admit that? I figured as much.
In this place, subterfuge is the name of the game. I'm surprised you walked so willingly into my trap. Or did you?
Doesn't matter.
I like to know my opponents. From your expression, I would guess you hadn't a clue. You do well to trust no one in this arena, gladiator. Especially that pustule Jokul. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, and I could throw him fairly far. Now get out of my house. It's time for my tea.
You guys have so many rivalries when every fight ends in someone's death. He must be a very bad judge of character, because canonically, no matter what, your character did know it was going to be rigged. At the very least, there was no, from your expression, I think you hadn't a clue. It's like, no, you definitely got warned by someone that literally sprinted at you and you couldn't avoid. So, you definitely had a clue, even if you disagreed.
Are you ready for... Your next opponents are Holden, Lafayette, and the Vipers, a team with eclectic strengths. Holden's team has fighters from almost every discipline of combat. Expect both ranged and up-close fighters. Are you ready for the match?
I've already done that. I'm ready.
Good. Head on down. Stock up on supplies or equipment in the market if you need to. It only gets tougher from here. Good luck. I wish you well.
These guys are going to be eclectic. You're going to be attacked from up close and far away. That's happened multiple times, sir. And there's been summons. We got to magic pretty early. Everything else isn't that surprising.
We've yet to lose, and we're not about to start.
I know you've yet to lose. That's the premise.
Holden Lafayette, at your service. The champion says you're a vicious fighter. I expected you'd be taller. You must have the champ worried. He paid my team twice the going rate to accept this match. They say you're unbeatable. We'll see about that.
That's the premise. Everyone has not been defeated before. These are stupid. Everyone's saying stupid things in the thing that is just stupid. Oh wow, you're on a streak. Oh, you're unbeatable. That everybody here has never lost.
Look, I'd rather we not get overly familiar, seeing as I'm about to cut your legs off and feed them to you. No offense.
Hot.
You seem like you're enough. See you out there.
Stupid response.
This next fight's going to be easy. Booze, fire. Those vipers won't know what hit them. But it'll be me. Don't take time to think out there, just fight.
The Vipers aren't strong at any one thing. Instead, their leader assembled fighters of different disciplines to work together. Think quick out there, and keep moving!
Don't underestimate the Vipers. They don't specialize in a particular style, but their members come from multiple combat disciplines.
As goofy as the voice acting is, I can appreciate that they at least did comedy writing with the mage to add some color to this, because these other people just say the same shit at you as each other. They just paraphrase the same things. They're such boring characters.
Of course, lead on. There will be no mercy out there. Give no quarter.
But it'll be me! Like, it's just goofy.
Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against Holden Lafayette and his Vipers. Let's see how the Crows deal with the Vipers' eclectic lineup.
Stop saying eclectic. Say that one more time, I fucking dare you. Oh shit. Alright, and you explode. Well, there goes their eclectic lineup of being fucking dead. Thank you for your tanking. Ow. Ow. Joke's on you when I can just one-shot all your guys. Ow. Tank the hard one. Why are everybody's fighting the other dude? Please fight the hard guy. I have 2 helpers, and neither of them do what I want. Give me. Where's my Mass Effect style team commands? Oh, you're hacking. You're dirty hackers. Ow. It's not that much trouble. None of these are even heroes. They're just nameless dudes, which means they're very easy. You guys should have come in when I was still fighting the leader. You're too late. That's not who I want you to attack, but fine. It's cool. I don't need to have control over my character. I cannot stress enough that you cannot control which character you're locked onto in this game, which is bizarre.
Variety and surprise sorcerers did not a winning strategy make. The Crows are victorious once again.
It's almost like I'm overpowered when I'm fighting people that... I'm fighting massive groups of people at this point, like 10 people, and that's still considered fair that my team only has 2. Which I mean, based on the results, apparently accurate. But it's goofy.
Are you ready for... Hey, ease off the grim look, okay? I'm not the one who let those sorcerers into the fight.
Oh, I don't care. They were fucking nothing, and they're dead. Who were those sorcerers?
They came in with a contingent of the Valor Guards.
Give me my damn money.
Sure, sure. Here it is. And Jokel left you these. You got a moment before your next match? Take a rest. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Yeah,
you haven't got a match right this moment, Gladiator. It won't be for a moment yet. Magnus was hoping you could meet him behind the stairs in the market. He stressed that it is imperative you be there. The champ wanted to see you again, Gladiator. He mentioned you should meet him behind the stairs.
He's literally re-explaining what he just said as I walk away. Dude, there is built-in dialogue where you can ask to repeat. You can ask everybody to repeat themselves, and they'll not only repeat themselves, they'll paraphrase it in another line of dialogue. But even though that's an option always present the whole game, this guy's repeating stuff to me as I walk away. Like, no, I got it. You just said that. Yeah, and obviously I've been losing my patience with this game lately. It just is not, it's not holding up on so many levels. But the writing of this entire storyline is asinine. Like, it's catching up with me right now. I'm still thinking about the fact that, like, the guy who sent me in, first of all, I thought of something cooler and it didn't happen. And that's always a little frustrating, which is like, yeah, what if he's like, go in alone this time? And what if it's an actual choice? It wasn't a choice. Instead, it's just the next match you had to go in alone, and it wasn't you opting in. It should have been a choice. It should have been a choice where you opted in to go in alone. And if you did opt in to go alone, your opponents turn out to be all of your former companions, which you then have to kill. And then if you don't opt to go in alone, then you're foregoing the extra pay and rewards that he's dangling before you. Like, it should be a genuine choice, and then there's a trick and a subversion to it. You're like, oh, fuck, this is happening now, you bastard, and so on. And then you get a falling out and so on. Instead, you falling for his trap, like, it doesn't matter if you know or not, because well, you have to know, because the character fucking sprints at you to explain the plot twist before it happens, which is its own weird thing. But you can't opt in or out of taking his deal. You have to go in alone. That's just what the next match is. It's not a thing you do to make extra money on the side by doing this advertised gamble and so on and agreeing to that. But also, like, he planned on you dying and wanted you to face off against a larger group on purpose, and he wanted you to be dead. Okay, sure, that's fine. When you get back, he just says, well, that's not what I wanted, was it? I expected you to die in there. It's like, what the, why are you saying this? Why, like, a writing that had any level of self-awareness or nuance would have him, like, lying. Like, he would be like, him and his bruised ego would be like trying to pretend congratulate you while continuing to scheme against you, and you'd have this devious little shit to deal with. But every single character in this game pretty much always just explains the plot directly at your face with zero nuance or personality or character, or even behaving like a person would, and the motivations that would motivate somebody, and like someone who has to deal with the stakes that are around them. So even though he's lying to you and is trying to kill you overtly, and that's the thing you shouldn't really admit, he just does. And it's not like he's like that, it's not like informative of his character in an interesting way of like, oh yeah, wow, he's just such a straightforward dude in that way. Like, that's just the kind of, like, they're not doing anything with his character, because like none of these people feel like characters. There's no texture to them. They just exposit at you, and that's like every quest dialogue is almost exclusively just the bare mechanical bones that you need in order to functionally make the quest happen. They're just quest prompts that are voiced. That's why it stands out so much when that goofy lady says something funny and you're like, oh man, I wish this game had a personality, because like, that was a funny line, and there's been almost none of those. The only other time I can think of is like the gnome that found out mid-conversation that when it had the dawning realization that he had been duped into doing something that against the Fatesworn by somebody that was lying to him. Like, that was a little character moment. You're like, oh, you poor dude. And like, I can point them out because they're so spaced out by just awful quest writing, just awful. And like, the storytelling's supposed to be the point, otherwise this game wouldn't be in almost like, it wouldn't be so much talking if the talking wasn't supposed to be the good part of the game. And it's just like, it's not. It's even the jankiest, even a lot of the jankiest Western RPGs that I talk shit about don't manage this level of boring with their writing. I am astonished at this point, and I was holding my tongue for a long time in the intro, but like, almost immediately I was like, I'm worried about this game. I'm very worried about how this game is presenting its story and how every NPC has an exhausting amount of dialogue, but none of it feels worth listening to. And everything's convoluted yet simple because you get just 500 names to remember about all the factions and who's doing what and the people that are working with those people. But at the end of the day, they're just like, okay, we got to go there and get the thing, fight the stuff. Oh, I got the thing. Oh, now we can do the next thing. It's in this approximately 6 quest long chain of quests because that's, and it's so paint by numbers, and they didn't do anything interesting with the paint. So you just see the numbers.
The champion's not here, Gladiator. And if his plan worked, your friends are in a worse condition than you're about to be. He should be forcing them into the arena at spear point as we speak.
Really? Because I'll kill you.
Well, you might have a point there. I've seen you kill a small army's worth of people since this tournament began. I'll risk Magnus's ire. I doubt the champion will last long with you as an opponent anyhow.
Just sprinted. Well, time to fight the champion, I guess. As we figured. So he's trying to take out all my dudes, and then I'll take him out. And I guess that'll be. Ooh, you okay, game? It's itching a bit in the desert.
Greetings, Gladiator. Where have you been? The champion has your entire team down in the arena. He's forced them into a match, and he's got trolls in there with him. I had someone steal a look at Agni's books. Guess who just dropped a wager against the crows to the tune of 100,000 gold pieces? Your friend and mine, Tyr Magnus.
Yeah, I know, you're in my way. Bye.
I hope so. You're not going to have a team at all in the next couple of minutes.
I barely know you. I've talked to you for seconds. Go away. Leave me alone. Oopsie.
Where have you been, Gladiator? Your team's next match has already begun.
I know, let me in.
The champ forced your team into the arena so quickly that we didn't even have time to get an audience.
I've had this conversation 3 times. Holy shit, let me in.
Hurry. The crows are fighting for their lives down in the arena.
That's not the direction it's
them
in.
There with several trolls.
You pointed at the desert.
Good luck out there.
Oh my god. Stop re-explaining the same thing over and over. Game. Just let me run back and be like, oh fuck, I gotta save my dudes. I just had the same conversation 3 times.
Hello there. This is as far as you go. You've caused a lot of trouble for Magnus, friend.
We've moved your companions into the arena at Spear Point, and you've put trolls in there.
Force us. You're out of your league, Gladiator. You should never have come back to the arena. Prepare yourself.
I never left the arena. I've been here the whole time. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Let's jump away and oop. What the fuck, game? There we go. Okay, that's enough of you guys. Bye.
Here comes the leader of the crows, ladies and gentlemen.
There they are. All right.
Fashionably late, it appears. Will he
Why do you guys even
turn the tide against the vicious troll?
What kind of that guy sounds so bored, but also like what why did he sound so bored? He should be sounding excited. He's the announcer of the arena. Will he be able to turn the tide against the trolls? I don't know. No one pays me enough for this shit. But like they didn't spawn this fight to look like it was in progress, because I could see literally all of my companions spawn inside of each other at the entrance with me as if we had started the fight normally. It's like I'm not walking into a fight where everyone's at like half health and they're spread around the arena fighting different people. Like they completely dropped the premise immediately, and it's just a normal match with false drama. If anything, it's an easier match than ever before because I have my entire team here, which is specifically, like, the whole handicap of this team is that they don't get to have the whole team. They only get to have two people. So even without the part where they're doing it without me, they weirdly are letting 3 of them in the arena at once, which is more than ever before, which should be an advantage by their standards.
The survivors of that terrifying exhibition, the crows. What can the champion possibly muster to throw against them in the next match? Remain in your seats, Valor fans. The championship match is coming up next.
Rogue guy finally. Whoa, he's just dancing around. Look at him. What is he? What's that animation? Look at the rogue guy. What is he doing? What is he? What's that animation? He's just hip hopping around. Yeah, that one he goes really far sometimes. And I'm like, what is that? What are you doing, buddy? Well, he finally got to have a match. All right.
I'll give it everything I've got.
We continue to be the only people alive in here. Can I take the drunk lady with me? Do we just go on adventures together? I want to hear her say dumb things again.
Magnus threw everything but the sun and the moon at you.
No, that was
just
2 trolls.
You've amazed and delighted us once again. No team of crows has ever come close to your success. Here's your share of the prize, Gladiator. You've done it! You're in the final match! Make your preparations! I wish you well in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
That was the sun and the moon? That was just 2 trolls. I've fought 2 trolls before. And that was 2 trolls when I had 3 people helping me. That was an incredibly easy fight, even by this game's standards. How is that supposed to be the sun and the moon? Whatever, here's more health and elemental resistance. Gotta get the survivability. Gain 25% of damage received as mana. Ooh, received. I want given. I'll stay with Sage.
Are you ready for this last match, Gladiator? You can bet the champion's got something particularly dreadful up his sleeve for this one. You've come a long way, my friend. When you first agreed to fight, I thought you and the crows would end up bloody smears on the end of Remus Bloodhawk's sword.
Gross.
I'm glad you made it through. It's been great for business.
All right.
This is it, Gladiator. You win this one, and the crows become tournament champions. Head down to the pit when you're ready. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
Inside and outside the arena.
I'll have your... Are you ready for this? Winning this match will make us tournament champions. It won't be easy. The Lords are the best trained team we'll ever face.
It'd be pretty funny if this rogue guy gets to be a tournament champion having basically never fought before. Come with me.
It's all been for this moment, Gladiator. Don't falter now. There will be no mercy out there, with no quarter.
Oh, not the bed. There are beds, though.
I can't believe we made it to the finals. And neither can the champ, I'll bet. I heard he hired the best in Amalur to face us in this last match. Be careful out there.
So this game does let you rest in beds. I just haven't found a bed I can interact with yet. Probably just didn't find the right inn that you can rent.
The next match is for the title. It's about time. The champions hired all kinds of fighters to face us. Be ready for anything. Don't take time to think out there, just fight.
This is the end of the line for you. By all the stars in the sky, warrior. Why are you so impossible to kill? I can't remember the last time a gladiator became such a thorn in my side. They all bend to my will eventually. Or die. But you remain ever so persistent.
Yeah.
Before my friends flay the skin from your bones, is there anything you want to say? Plead? Beg for your life?
Plead, I killed the Ballard.
Truly, I'd heard the rumor that a lone mythical hero had slain the beast, but it was you all along. What amusing drivel. I don't know what I'm gonna do once you're gone, warrior. Start winning bets again, I suppose. Prepare yourself.
All you had to do was bet in my favor, you stupid bastard.
You played this game well.
Jesus Christ.
I always win in the end.
It's just not that deep, bro.
I'm exactly as old as I need to be.
What? My greatest foe, someone that wins in the death matches.
Here we are at last, ladies and gentlemen. The moment we've been waiting for. The team that wins this next match will be crowned tournament champions.
Hello. Ow. Hello, friend. Explode. Ow. Rude. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. He's gonna get me. Oh, shit. I was locked into animations in a bad way. Okay, you need to stop. Wow, your team's so important they have names. And he's dead. Askell Dawn. About to ask you whether you believe in God. Ow, what the fuck? What the fuck is this tracking? Dodging is a joke. Alright. Let's do that again, but without a dialogue. Blah, blah, blah. That was insane tracking. He just followed me. Like, I ran, and his attack curved after me anyways. No, that's fine. We got this. Summon my dude. Ah, shit. Not gonna lie, half the time I can't tell which one is my teammate. Oh my god. Alright, well. I can't actually tell which one's my teammate after the first moments of the game. Obviously, the one with the health bar is your enemy, but you can only see one health bar at a time, which is the randomly selected guy who is your current enemy. Sometimes you can't save. Maybe it's because I'm moving, I'm not sure. Okay, I can't skip this. He's definitely too quiet, which is an ongoing thing. This game just is a badly made port or reboot. THQ Nordic did a very bad job with this. Like, in many ways, this might be worse than the original version of the game. And I'm astonished by the weird series of bugs and just a basic lack of quality control. Fuck, Jesus Christ, let me move for a second. Alright. God, your character moves like ass. Ah! These fucking stun locks where everything just hits you at once. All right, let's go.
Here we are at last, ladies and gentlemen. The moment we've been waiting for. The team that wins this next match will be crowned tournament champion.
Nope, there he is again. Yep. Can anybody attack my friends, please? Please attack my ally, not just me, collectively all at once, while spamming spells. God, oh god, there's multiple ranged dudes. God, everything fucking tracks you. Jesus fucking Christ. These fights are fucking torture. I can't believe it. I can't believe the way that they'll have so many people attacking you at once, all with homing attacks. And then you just have the worst dodge ever made. That's my heal. I just pressed the wrong button. No, hit the guy I want. Damn it. Fucking auto-aiming. That just ignore... Jesus Christ. Fighting is never fun in this game. I'm either just winning for free or I'm getting fucking obliterated by 75 stun-locking homing attacks. And like, you can block, but blocking just delays the situation. It makes more and more people group up around you and attack you all at once, while also you still take damage from blocking. So you're just making it easier for them to all, like, continue pummeling you. You need to be fighting back and dodging, because you need to be able to react faster and be able to start stun-locking them, or you'll never win. This is a fucking nightmare. I'm really starting to think, like, yeah, like, the people are like, wow, what an underrated gem. I don't understand why it wasn't as successful as its competitors at the time. No. No. What the fuck is underrated? Oh my fucking god. I'm so tired of this lunge. Oh my fucking god! Okay, yeah, I literally blocked. My shield was up and it didn't matter. This is a real video game, made on purpose. I'm all for hard games, but this is not an interesting challenge. This is just a poorly made piece of mess. It's just a huge mess. Just a bunch of people spamming massively damaging, homing, and stunning attacks at you from multiple sources simultaneously. It's insane. Come on. There we go, a bunch of them are dead. Now he's fucked, just like that. That's how fast it turns, because everybody's too strong in this game, including me. Yeah, that's me blocking and taking half my health of damage anyway. So it's not that I'm not blocking enough, because blocking is also bad. I can't even say the game aged poorly, because this game's more recent than Dark Souls. Like, there are so many games from that era that are fine. When this game came out, we were getting Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Skyrim, and Dark Souls. That's its competitors. It's not... Don't mix this up as being like, oh, well, it was like, it came out back when Jade Empire was new. Like, no. It came out when, like, games people still haven't stopped playing came out.
You did it, Gladiator! The champion threw everything at you and you bore it all with a grin. At least I think that's what that was. Jokal had this great sword to give you as a final reward. He also mentioned he wanted to speak to you about managing the arena.
No.
And finally, here's the key to the Champions Manor. Take a rest, sit for a spell in the den. I'm sure that when you return, you'll find a new challenger waiting for you. Good luck in your future endeavors, champion.
Exactly as old as I need to be.
I've got a house now, apparently. Is it that one? Yep. I live here now. Loading screen suggests that people are in my house, which is creepy. There's even alcohols and stuff just waiting for me. I can sleep in his bed. I'm gonna bed cuck him. Alright, I'm gonna take a break after this episode, even though it's my first episode of this game today, because obviously I'm a little heated at the moment. So let's give it some time and see if we recover, I don't know, a lot of that story. Maybe next episode? The stash is a special kind of oh, it went away before I could read it. That's always a good tutorial prompt. What are these? A robust ring. Health and mana. Are these is this the weird pile of what were like seemingly pre-order items at the beginning of the campaign, maybe? Oh no, that's my inventory. Okay, never mind. For a second there I thought I was looking at something else. But no, this is my stash. It's probably joined between all the different stashy places. But it means I should be able to store some items finally. I guess I can put, like, my excess of gems there, for example, until I know I want them. I guess it's the main thing. And some of these, stolen items that I can't sell, but probably otherwise want out of my inventory. In particular, where is it? Isn't this all the stuff in my inventory? Maybe I finally got rid of it. I thought there was those daggers that I got from the plot that were stolen, and I wanted to get rid of it because it was filling up my space. Oh well. Alright. Victory. We can put that behind us.